Welcome everyone to Toronto. Global Jam 2023, the gold medal game between Canada and the United States. Kentucky, the only undefeated team in this tournament. Yesterday, Canada defeated Germany to advance to the gold medal matchup here at the Mattamy Athletic Center. We welcome you inside. And this is the second meeting during time, and that eventually led to a victory for Canada over Germany. As you take a look at the starting five for Canada, has remained the same throughout the tournament. Kentucky has used three different lineups to start a game. This is States. Cooper Toppings of Canada and Ryan Langdon from Canada are three officials. In Kentucky, as I mentioned, they've been the best team, the most explosive team here at Global Jam 2023, averaging nearly 93 points. Antonio Reeves has been the top scorer throughout, as Justin Edwards misses on the jumper. But Canada coming off of an emotional victory last night. Can that carry forward here this evening? Patterson on the inside, lays it up and through. And last summer, Global Jam 2022 was won by Brazil. Here's Reeves with it. Wagner. And Mitchell, the three. They've been able to shoot.
That's so valuable for any type of offense when you're big, can space it out.
Patterson, he's going to launch it, and it's good, and he's got the first five.
Plate, they're going to have to handle this Kentucky pressure and not turn the ball over.
Justin Edwards.
Nice move by Justin Edwards going to the rack.
Hit all the hot spots, including Drake's house, where they were able to have a practice and also a little bit of pool time on Friday. The one scheduled day off. No. Looking to attack Edwards. And his own rebound strip scooped up. Maletic.
Sending the ball to his teammates. Times good defensive job.
Turnover. One of the reasons why I mentioned that, Maletic is one of the players, a whistle and a foul, that can shoot the three, but he has struggled, so they must get to the offensive. And as Thiero is at the free throw line, they lost that game 93 in that first meeting on Thursday here at the Mattamy Athletic Center. This is the second year for the national trip that they're allowed through the NCAA because they represent the United States in this international event. Trey Mitchell with it. Shot clock down to 5. Adou Thiero in the denial by Kennedy, but it pops up high in the air and through.
Make this a half-court game. Make this a half-court game and make sure that they take good shots. Make this Kentucky defense rotate, make them communicate. They're a young team. Make them make mistakes on the defensive end.
Edwards to Mitchell. Mitchell the three, and he's knocked down a pair of threes here. Telfort attacking, driving, and a foul. It's a Kentucky team with the throw line. So Kentucky essentially playing without their two bigs.
And again, they're going to make a world of difference. Talking to Bruiser Flint before the game, it's going to be an adjustment period, of course, but.
And part of the reason why they've been successful in this tournament is their ability to share. Edwards, his three-point shooting has
to buy in, make sure he continues to grow, continue to be that player, and he continually.
Dillingham with it. Dillingham kicks it. Wagner, Mitchell, Thiero in the corner along with Edwards on the drive. DJ Wagner off the bounce with a lot
of times you don't see a lot of dribble penetration that easy against the zone, but with Edwards on that wing, it was hard for the third man to try to help.
Telfort, if you are Canada, you cannot go through any sort of extensive droughts against good cut by Mahi against Kentucky.
No doubt about it, they can score. But you know what, one thing I will say against a young team, I would like to see how they manage leads and especially manage late game situations being a young team.
Dillingham gives it up. Here's Trey Mitchell on the drive with a left.
And if you're Canada, you cannot allow that.
Mahi up on the glass. And Thiero handles it ahead to Wagner. in the paint to Mitchell, back up top. Edwards on the drive, Warnholtz, and a blocking foul. Minutes in the tournament yesterday for him against Germany. On 11, 10-point lead for Kentucky. Reed Sheppard on the floor. He's been a difference maker and a turnover. Here's Edwards. Gives it to Dillingham. Dillingham on the attack. Now back up top. Burke sends it to Reed Sheppard. Sheppard. Edwards with the offhand.
Just feeling good. Coach Cal congratulate and keep encouraging his young players. I saw him catch Justin Edwards. Good steal by Tynes coming out of time.
Tynes lays it up and through, and he's fouled.
They put it in a scouting report. You cannot throw the ball around this guy because he will steal the basketball, as you mentioned over and over. Led the NCAA in stealing in great anticipation.
First Canadian-born player to lead the entire NCAA in both total steals and steals per game for the University of Maine. Dillingham sends it to Mitchell. Kick it to Sheppard. He steps out of bounds with 35.6.
Part of it last night, right? He had 9 steals in the game and just getting deflections.
Page, the three, and their three-point shooting struggles continue in this tournament. Here's Edwards. Dillingham back to Edwards. Tynes guards Dillingham. And a foul's going to be charged to Tynes. That's going to be his second.
He has to be careful. You do not want to get him in foul trouble. I would get him out the game right now so he doesn't pick up that third in this first quarter.
And there's Sheppard to Dillingham. Spinning, cut off by Warnholtz. To three for Edwards. Doesn't go, but Kentucky in control here, 25-14. Antonio finds Sheppard. Back over to Reeves, working the perimeter, and the shot clock down to 5. Dillingham. He has not found his touch in this tournament. The freshman. Here's Tynes. The no-look. Page closeout by Sheppard. Warnholtz tracks it down. Patterson extra pass. And Kennedy underneath.
And what do you call reversals? One side to another side. Make this young team try to rotate and communicate. That's always tough for a young team.
That's not tough. Just turn. 2 years of age. Antonio Reeves, 22 years of age. Certainly with a young roster. Those two are going to be extremely important during the regular season as Warnholtz gets the bucket to go.
Good job. Offensive rebounding by Page, getting the Canada team a second opportunity.
Turnover, Warnholtz. Here's Tynes. And a foul on Sheppard.
Canada getting an opportunity, getting those steals, but ball reversals all over the top. Keep passing the ball, sharing the ball, little dribble penetration. Good drop off from Patterson. Kennedy with a nice, the shots that they're comfortable with.
Tynes for Page, Patterson, and Tynes at the free throw line, 2 of 2. 7-point game. Kentucky, put yourself in a position late in that second half.
Nah, for sure. I mean, you're down 7.
Yep. Reeves, 9-point game. Antonio Reeves, he's scored 20+ in every game of this Global Jam. He's been outstanding. And the bucket is good. Aiden Warnholtz. Here's Reeves attacking, spills out. Patterson with it. 7-point deficit for Canada. Patterson loses it, gets it back, and a foul.
Good job by Kentucky getting back on defense.
Over now to Dillingham. 7:30.
See a 1-3-1 zone.
Yeah, they've mixed it up. defensively has Canada. Good closeout. Brown on Wagner. Slips. Turnover. Here's Patterson. Reeves right there. Patterson right to the rim. 29-24, 5-point game.
Now, you know, that zone, you don't see it a whole lot in the NBA, but now, you know, that's what Canada's relying on, the zone. So Kentucky will figure out sooner or later.
Reeves a soft touch.
Shots like that, figured out zone, those outside shots, and that's what Canada's inviting. When you're playing that zone, you don't want the dribble penetration, but you have to move, you have to communicate, you have to close the middles, and then you have to rebound out of the zone. As you see Patterson again with a nice move in the paint around the basket.
He's got 9. Wagner sends it over now to Edwards. Back up top, Reeves. Gets it back, Reeves in the paint. And nice move. Reeves had 24 against Germany, 23 in the first meeting against Canada. And Warren Holtz cut off. Under 6 minutes left in the first half. 8-point lead for Kentucky. Patterson forcing his way in, and a contact and a foul's good. 8-point lead for Kentucky, and Patterson.
Coach Chaney always, you know, relied on that matchup zone. You have to practice it because sooner or later, the defense picking up a man-to-man. Drop back into a zone type of defense.
Edwards with the 3. Edwards, that's his second. Kennedy on a handoff to Brown. Brown attacking, lays it up and through.
Good hesitation by Brown. Nice executed play, drawn up.
Edwards, short corner Jay, doesn't go. And a foul's going to be called here, and it's going to go against Kentucky. Brown's first in the MAC. And Telford with the offensive rebound, denied at the rim. Taken by Mitchell. Here's Reeves driving. And a foul is going to be charged to Canada.
Correct. A 3-way score.
First free throws coming into Telford. Nice cut, Patterson. Recognition by Telford. Rips him, and Patterson now into the front court. Patterson driving, scoop shot, no. Kennedy is fouled.
We've seen a 2-3, we've seen a 1-3-1. We've seen results from that.
Kennedy wanted.
And Patterson's being very aggressive. He's picking his spots. Sometimes he's forcing it, but he's still getting things done as he has a Reed Shepherd on him now, who's a good defensive player, but he's using his height right over the top.
Patterson, the great recognition by. Here's Dillingham breaking the pressure in the corner. Mitchell air ball. Edwards puts it back up and in.
Good job by Edwards, just crashing everything else, right? Defense, crash the glass. Good job.
Keontae George, drafted in the first round by the Utah Jazz, part of this tournament last summer.
Good, knock it down.
Tynes gets it back to 3. No, Mitchell on the glass. And Shepherd with a slam dunk. And from behind, Tynes has it poked away by Shepherd. Edwards right to the iron, and a timeout.
Momentum. As you see Reed going down the lane, uncontested, and not giving up. Getting the steal right after this, getting to Edwards. Edwards with an uncontested layup.
Against Canada in the first meeting. Had a pair of blocks in that game, had 2 blocks yesterday. Also had 18 points against BAL Select. Here's Warren Holtz, 3, no. Shepherd with a rebound and a foul.
See Kentucky playing a zone of
range as Kennedy goes to the free throw line in the first free throw. And the second is good. And so Owusu Anani checks in for Thomas Kennedy. 8-point game. Turnover, Patterson driving, attacking, lays it up and in. A man on a mission. Patterson's got 18 of Canada's 39. And it's a 6-point game at halftime.
And Patterson, you are right, Matt. Man on a mission, going.
Game. Warnholtz starts the second half. Mitchell, offensive rebound. Attacking. Wagner, no. And Telford comes away with it.
And Wagner's going to have a time and a good experience with times because he is a heck of a defensive player. He's learning quickly.
Back up top to Telford. Finds Kennedy.
The basketball already with 2 fouls. Can't pick up his third, but that's just who he is, causing havoc.
Fierro sends it to Edwards. Cut off by Warnholtz. Pulls up. Silky smooth touch for the freshman. Tynes going for the steal. Wagner drive, kick. Reeves close out Warnholtz. Wagner off balance shot. Tough shot. He's got 6 points.
You're not going to shake him up at all. This is a hooper. He comes from a hooping family. He's seen it all at a young age.
Telford, they needed that and got it. In a 5-point game. Mitchell on a handoff for Wagner. Wagner the three. Feeling it, kind of shaking his head up and down. All right, here's Wagner. Driving, off balance, in and out, the follow by Edwards.
Canada extended again in a 1-2-1. They drop back.
Edwards three doesn't go. Telford on the weak side with a rebound with Patterson, Warnholtz, Kennedy, and Tynes. Here's Warnholtz the three, got it. Corner three is good. Reeves, Mitchell, Burks, and Edwards. Under 10 of the shot clock. Wagner in the crowd. Burks tracks it down. Clock down. Burks off balance. Oh my! That was Mitchell. They're willing to share. You continue with that. You add the 2 bigs. Here's Telford. Shot doesn't go. Bocci with an offensive rebound. The cut. And a good read by Telford. Right off the
Cutting, not standing still, waiting for a shot out top. Just kept moving. Bocci doing a nice job of rebounding it and finding his teammate.
7-point game. Mitchell, soft touch, and Bocci forgot to step up that time.
He forgot, and that's what up to point shot. Offense can come in many different ways. Just identify what your strengths are.
Telford battling Patterson. There's still time on the clock. Shot clock down to 5. Driving, swatted away. It's Edwards on the scene.
And that's the Edwards you're talking about.
16 consecutive years that John Calipari has. Telford with the three. It's good. A big-time three-pointer, but 16 consecutive years. University of Memphis. Here's DJ Wagner.
You see more of a matchup zone now. You're always matching up to the basketball. Coming out, forcing drivers.
And the putback is good for Burks. Brown driving, spills off the front of the rim. Dillingham with it. Edwards, no. And Mitchell on the offensive glass. 16.
He's been very consistent, being a guy that can stretch the defense. Now you see him inside.
And they have to be ready for that, guys.
Warnholtz overtime as Warnholtz misses a second. Shepard with a rebound. 9-point deficit. DJ Wagner driving with the left. It spills off the back of the iron. Scooped up, and the putback is good. Warnholtz denied by Burks. Dillingham. Shepard to Mitchell. A great extra pass. Burks lays it up and in. Warnholtz kicks it out to Tynes. Tynes cut off at the foul line. Warnholtz cut off by Burks. A cut by Tynes, and then a whistle and a foul there with an opportunity. Tynes at the line, and the first free throw doesn't. Burks with it. 2 from the free throw line. Wagner. Burks flashes to the middle. Here's Sheppard. Drive and kick. Dillingham open 3. Good, and he's fouled by Page. 15-6 run by Kentucky.
And Matt out there on that floor, just look at the penetration. Has this pass, you don't even think he sees Dillingham. Dillingham, great concentration, step into it. And he tells him, great pass. Good job by the Kentucky Wildcats.
Dillingham, Kentucky. Tynes, he'll swing it. Here's Page in the corner, up fake. And Wagner out of bounds, and it's Canada basketball.
Dribble handoff, whether it's ball reversals, you want to get side to side and then get paint touches.
Warnholtz, corner 3. Doesn't go. And it's Canada ball once again.
See 2 Kentucky players fighting over it, but I'll take that. Got your loop action, another loop's gonna come around.
Mahi had the open 3. And now dribbles into trouble, and a turnover. Sheppard. Sheppard sends it back up top to Mitchell.
Good job by Sheppard, not rushing it, using the clock.
6 seconds remaining in the third. Dillingham. It's a 2. 72-53. Dillingham knocks down the shot. And that's big. He has struggled shooting the ball in this tournament. Mitchell, he's got a double-double now as Patterson steals it back. Patterson gives it up. Mahi lays it up and in.
And that's what Canada, but it stuck in my head.
Yeah, it didn't help that they actually showed that too. Here's Mahi.
Upon your request. Kentucky with 21 assists on 30 field goals, so that says a heck of a lot about your team and believing in one another.
Especially in July with all the newcomers. Corner 3, that's Antonio Reeves. Reeves in his second made 3. 75-57. Kentucky. Patterson cut off by Edwards, fading, shot short. Rebound, Sheppard, lead pass, Edwards, two-handed slam. And a timeout taken by Canada. They've had a great week, all the fans, a couple of busloads of fans coming up from Lexington, Kentucky. Kennedy, shot doesn't go underneath. You hit Harbor 60, Soto, and Drake's.
There, and a classy restaurant in Toronto, and Soto.
Tremendous job.
Yeah, I can't
Making
even lie.
dreams come alive when you think about all the players that have.
Competitive environment. That's how you're getting better.
Well, as Coach Cal says, if you think you're that player and that good, right, come here, and this is going to be that environment where at practice you show it, in games you show it. Kennedy with a bucket with 6:24 to go and counting, and think about what they have done recently as Tynes has it swatted away by Sheppard for Canada basketball. And Boucher was the one that picked up the phone, and the father of Reed Sheppard.
Just great defense on both sides. Tynes, a great defensive player. Reed Sheppard's a great defensive player. Just two guys.
This amount of work put into that. Rowan Barrett, Nick Nurse. With his time as a head coach of Canada basketball, his responsibilities with the 76ers won't allow him to continue in that role. Jordy Fernandez will take over as head coach as DJ Wagner lays it up and through. Point lead for the University of Kentucky. Warnholtz cut off and stays with it. He'll be playing professionally into the front court. Another 5 minutes left here in this gold medal game. Mahi makes a move. He's got some decisions to make. Does Elijah Mahi's, he decides to play this upcoming season. 79-63. Canada trying to battle back with 4:20 to go. Mahi knocks it down.
You know, just try to fit in as much as I can. I'm going to enjoy it.
All right, well, best of luck with that.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Savannah and Leonard, and congratulations on that 4-year contract that he signed with Minnesota. Play with for Chris Finch there. And there's Reeves. Made a couple of threes here. 2:37 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Kentucky, they have been the best team without question throughout this Global Jam 2023. On the drive, and Wagner in traffic. So Milt Wagner played in the NBA as well. Dewan Wagner, his father, played at the University of Memphis for Cal. One and done, 6th overall pick by the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's left here in the gold medal game, and Kentucky representing the U.S. They lead it 84-67. Reeves, he's got 18. Antonio Reeves.
Aggressive, not messing around with the basketball, straight line drives. And that's one way you beat an aggressive defender.
Patterson with a slam dunk. And Dillingham's going to check in for over to Canada, back over to Dillingham. Shot clock down. And nice floater. Lead pass to Kennedy out of bounds.
They do have depth, and they have guys that believe in one another. You can tell the way they share the basketball, and they're only going to get better. This is only July. You know, the season, they have a lot of time to build. They have a lot of time to grow.
Here in the gold medal game, pressure and a whistle and a foul.
Kentucky did a phenomenal job of slowing him down, but defensively he started picking it up as well. Nice output for Patterson.
Here's Kellen Tynes on the move. Boakye with a rebound and a foul, 50 seconds to go. Tournament exhibition game, and then round robin begins Wednesday, Thursday, with whether it's a women's or the men's, they end up playing for the gold medal. In a first class tournament, U23 event, Dillingham over now to Thiero. He's cut off. And for a school like Kentucky, program like Kentucky, to have the benefit of getting together in July is extremely important.
Now it helps you out anytime you can get practice, and anytime you can play against this type of
country certainly is significant. And remember, as Warnholt's shot doesn't go, there's so many different windows as Boakye with a slam dunk. Windows of qualifiers throughout the course of the year for FIBA. It's important to have a pool of talent there. And that's something that Canada continues to build.
Now for guys in the NBA, but it starts somewhere way.
Players, of course, Jamal Murray just winning a title with Denver. Played at Kentucky. Here's Telford into the front court. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And that's going to do it. Kentucky wins gold. 89-72. They have been the best basketball team all week long. And Coach Calipari comes to Toronto in the second ever Global Jam. And they defeat Canada in the gold medal game.